Alright guys, we're back. Devastator's been punching the deck.
Hooray.
The feet. So before we get any further into this, I wanted to remind people, if you're new to the channel, if you haven't seen this sort of stuff before, Nay and I have done these kind of things before. We did one for Metal Gear Rising, and we did one for some reason we did Aliens, Cleveland Marines. So that was terrible.
Why?
And I don't think Nayrman's ever forgiven me for that, have you?
No.
Nope, I haven't done it. It's okay. So those are on the channel if you want to go through the playlists and witness more of Nayrman's pain and suffering for those games. Well, actually not for Metal Gear Rising, that's a great game, but definitely for Aliens with Cleveland Marines.
I'll get revenge and have you be on something really terrible for Brain Scratch sometime.
Well, I'm gonna be on Resident Evil whenever you guys get around to doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not
whether or not you considered the original PlayStation version terrible or not.
You guys not doing the HD remake?
We're doing both. One for Jill,
okay.
one for Jill, and one for Chris.
Oh, thank God, because I mean we gotta get the Jill sandwiches, and the Master of Unlocking's happening on there.
Yep, pretty much.
So something to look forward to, guys. So yes, we've defeated Devastator again.
Stay down.
Fall! Fall! And we have several, like, missions into this game, and it's still making no fucking sense. Am I the only person who just read that as dildos tumble? So yes, here's the game's incredibly weak premise, which I don't even... we talked about this. I'm not really the hugest Transformers fan, but I have no idea what's happening in this game. They're gonna cyberform the city. I assume that's bad.
If it's the plan made by the bad guy, I assume it's bad.
Cyberform the planet. I mean, yeah, I guess. Okay, don't want that. So forth, etc.
Wait, is that the Orson Welles planet?
Is Orson Welles? No, that was Unicron.
Oh, okay.
Also, as a fun fact, like the first episode, as we're recording this, the first episode of this just went up on YouTube, and obviously got a great response from you guys. Thank you very much. But it kind of inspired me to go back and watch some of the scenes from the Transformers movie just to see, how well they held up and whatnot. And I was watching the scenes with Unicron, who was, as you mentioned, voiced by Orson Welles, and it's still so fucking hard to understand a goddamn word he's saying.
Yeah, that was his last film role before he died, so maybe that had something to do with it.
Stop being so insensitive, the man died!
Well, everyone dies eventually, and it's been a tough week for death, so...
It has. We've had the whole David Bowie things and whatnot, but we're not going to talk about that, because we're going to talk about robots in disguise, goddammit. We can't focus on that. So watch as I do the same thing over and over again to several more enemies.
The same enemies over and over again.
Yes. That was kind of interesting, because, I mean, again, I was watching, those scenes from the movie, and that was like the first kind of time that they really sort of talked about the concept that robots could die, and you actually saw robots, I'm doing air quotes, no one can see them, dying and getting injured and things like that. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on all that? Do you think that the robots in this universe can actually die, or do you think that's just dumb and they should be like backed up to a server somewhere?
We can rebuild them.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. This series does not really tolerate the whole invention of the internet very well.
Do robots have souls? I don't know.
Do robots dream of electric sheep?
Why must Reploids fight?
Why must there be weird grid barriers throughout the city of lasers serving no purpose other than to piss me off?
To be in your way and be an annoyance.
Yes! Game Design 101! So we are back to playing Optimus. We have switched away from whoever the fuck it was we were playing. It was either Wheeljack or Sideswipe. I can't remember which. Deep Thoughts by Nayrman.
So it's just the same jet enemies we fought earlier.
Come on, we talked about this. It's not a bad game, Nayrman. You can't rag on it this much.
I'll rag on it as much as I want. If I didn't get to enjoy my Korra game, you don't get to enjoy your Transformers game.
I played Korra as well. We're going to do Korra after this. We talked about this. We actually agreed. Well, Nayrman was actually gracious enough to agree that we will actually do Korra after this. So, which is fine because we can talk about Korra all fucking day. We don't even need to talk about the actual game itself.
Yep.
Because we are both like, unlike this game where obviously neither of us are like huge fans of Transformers, we are both huge, massive, throbbing fans of Korra.
Yeah. It also doesn't help that that game is pretty broken when you get airbending. So yeah.
It is absolutely. So, but that's that discussion we'll save for the actual Korra game, which will be after this. So there's something to look forward to, guys. There's some secret inside channel knowledge for you guys. What the hell is this bullshit?
Just keep driving. Just keep driving.
I mean, like I said, what are these lasers even supposed to do? It doesn't even make sense. And now they're dead.
Yay.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Were you one of those people? Were you one of those people? Like, I always find that, like, whenever I played, like, I used to love the Prince of Persia games, for example. I used to, like, Warrior Within, you know, Two Thrones, those kind of classic Prince of Persia games, which, I mean, not that classic, I suppose, but by today's standards at least. And I was always the kind of guy who would look at the level that was just, like, impossible to traverse without, like, huge amounts of parkour and whatnot, and be, like, thinking, who designs this? Who goes, you know what, I'd like you to build my castle with no practical, like, ramps or staircases or walkways. I just need you to put push pads on the walls so you can jump from side to side should you need to get from A to B.
This castle is a creature of chaos. It may take many incarnations.
We have 5 Bison Dolls so anyone knows what game that's from. Those are Nayrman's Bison Dolls, not mine. I'm not paying for it.
Oh, god damn it.
Once again, we'll say the music's pretty awesome, though.
Platinum's always good with music.
Yeah. I wonder what the directive is they give to people for that. It's like, you know what? Just do a soundtrack and make it sound hype. Make it sound awesome, and that's all we really need.
It's weird that in gaming, like, the soundtrack is always the most consistently good thing across the board for just basically any game.
Yeah, well, I don't know about if you say for any game. I mean, there are a lot of games that have, like, completely forgettable soundtracks.
Oh, no, I'm not saying every game is fantastic. I'm just saying it's usually at least the thing that's good for a game, even if the game itself is kind of meh.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm a person, I don't know about you. I mean, if there's a game that has a good soundtrack, I will go on iTunes and just buy it straight from iTunes. But, you know, there are times occasionally where you'll do, like, order a collector's edition or something like that, and they'll bundle in the soundtrack for free. And a lot of those, like, weirdly, a lot of those games where they are bundled in for free are usually the pretty mediocre ones. Like, you know, if I got the soundtrack to, like, the Tomb Raider reboot or to Dead or Alive or something like that, I have those soundtracks and I don't listen to them at all.
That, or here in the States, you'll get one CD of about 7 tracks.
CDs, what are these things you speak of? These shiny discs?
Yeah, pre-order the game and get the soundtrack. Only includes 7 songs.
Actually, that was the point I was going to bring up later on when we're actually pretty soon we're going to see Soundwave. I actually get to fight Soundwave, but I was going to be like, you know what? If you're a millennial, this guy is going to make no sense to you whatsoever.
Oh, the tape deck guy?
Yeah, the tape deck guy.
Tapes? Question mark?
These.
They're magnetic.
Is this? Do I floss my teeth with this? What the hell am I supposed to do?
Well, what you see is you put it in the machine and hope it doesn't, you know, spin out of control and eat the thing.
That's right. If it doesn't eat the fucking thing, it may actually play music.
And then you have to rewind it after the fact.
That's it, exactly. So I'm assuming you actually did have cassette tapes when you were growing up?
Yeah, cassette tapes for music and VHS.
Yeah.
I'm not that young.
Those were dark days.
Yeah, definitely. Be kind, rewind.
And the fact that they would just eventually wear out as well. Like, there's a finite number of plays you can get out of either of those formats before they just fucking died.
Yeah, DVDs and Blu-rays will last a hell of a lot longer. Mind you, those have a finite life, but that's like 50 to 60 years or so.
Oh yeah, everything has a finite life. But like a cassette tape would probably last you if you used it fairly frequently. And the weird thing was, like, if you bought a cassette tape from a store, it would probably be better quality than when you actually bought an actual album on it, because the album ones would wear out a lot faster because they're just cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Blank tapes also were pretty decent, but it depended on your mixer and how you used it.
Yeah. That said, like, there's we're not even talking about Transformers anymore, but it pisses me off. Like, you get the whole thing nowadays where it's like, okay, you had the phase where people would listen to records instead of like digital music, and I can understand that because records, as much as they like pop and crackle and whatnot, are a lossless format, so that makes sense. They don't lose like that quote unquote data as they get transferred to a record. Cassette tapes are lossy as fuck, so anyone you see listening to a cassette tape in this day and age is an idiot.
Yeah, my sisters have record players and buy records now, so hipsters.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, there's at least reason and logic to that because, I'm not a big enough audiophile to say, like, okay, I'll listen to a record over a MP3. But, like, if you listen to a cassette tape, you're getting a tangibly worse experience than you would to an MP3 or any newer format of music.
Yeah, more or less so. Glad the tapes didn't last terribly long in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. So this is the part that I was talking about in a couple of episodes or two ago. We were talking about, this thing contains a power core that has, or a data core that has all our culture, our history, our art on it. And it's like, not really buying this.
You're robots. What do you do for fun?
Exactly. I have not seen one of you sit down and actually paint a goddamn painting. I have not seen you paint Optimus like one of your French girls.
I've never seen you sit down and ponder the meaning of life.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, you don't play a Platinum game for its plot, but even then, I mean, at least the Legend of Korra game had a plot which actually kind of, sort of made sense. It's like, okay, bad person appeared, took away bending, go fight.
Yeah, more or less.
So,
where did I come from, says Optimus Prime. We came from the factory line. Oh.
Where do robots come from? Why don't we ever see baby robots?
Why must Reploids fight?
We're gonna keep coming back to that, aren't we?
Well, it's the robot wine in the video game industry.
This door was the final boss of the game for a while. There we go. There's a darkness. So yeah, I'm like, if there are people in the watching this video now who understand what's going on, by all means, try and explain it to us because I don't have the slightest fucking idea.
Megatron is evil. Go kick his ass.
I don't know. Talk about like Cybertronians and all kinds of bullshit. And why is there a giant, Cybertron terraforming device just conveniently hidden on Earth somewhere? I don't know. And Insecticons are part of it, and all kinds of bullshit.
Terraforming the planet? Call Superman.
Well, also this was the plot of the third Transformers movie anyway.
Did they call Superman in that one?
That's your answer to everything. Is call Superman.
Well, he's Superman.
There we go. Soundwave cassette tapes.
Just dated everyone who played this game by 20 years.
That's right. And just so I can say it to get out of the way, was it Devastator Inferior, Soundwave Superior? There you go. $5 $5 people know where that's from.
This time it's your Bison dollars.
That's right. It's my Bison dollars on the line this time.
Good. Because they only have so many fives in Bison dollars.
I keep telling you they will be worth £5 British when I kidnap that queen. God damn it!
Why won't you kidnap the queen already? I want these to be worth something.
Then fucking hurry up! I'm calling you out on this. Shit, or get off the pot, damn it!
I mean, god damn it, Raul Julia, you've had how many years?
Poor Raul Julia.
Yeah.
I was talking about the movie, just to prevent awkward silence. I was talking about the movie the other day to someone, and like, not too many people know that, like, with the Street Fighter movie, the only reason he actually did that in the first place, the only reason he signed himself on to such a goddamn horrible project was not only was the fact, like, he had just been, like, treated for cancer chemotherapy, which is why he looked so thin in that movie, but the only reason he did it was because his kids loved it so much. They love Street Fighter that much. He did it, like, for his fucking kids.
And hey, he did a good job with it.
Oh yeah, he did a fucking fantastic job with it. That's why I love that movie so much in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So you know what? I appreciate him. Then anything with Jean-Claude Van Damme cheese is awesome.
There's so many goddamn quotable lines in that movie. Like, like not even like the Bison Doll stuff, or like, for me it was Tuesday, but just basic stuff where it's like, "You have made me a happy man, Captain Guile. Next, I make you a dead one."
The Tuesday line has no business being in a Street Fighter movie.
Because it's so good, and because it just has no business because it's just so left field.
Because it's so damn good. It's such a great villain line, and they used it in Street Fighter.
Where would have been a more appropriate place? Would it have been Transformers? Would that have been a more appropriate place to use it?
I'm not sure where it would be more appropriate. I had to think about it, but yeah.
Well, we're gonna answer that question next time. We'll see you soon, guys.